Hey guys, and welcome to just a little kind of unboxing of what arrived today, and just take it through with you guys. Got Actually, let me just get this out of the way, yeah, so I can show first things first. Okay, we'll be reviewing, or we'll be starting to review some TWS, some true wireless. I've had these for a while, so I am confident in reviewing them and giving my honest opinion. FIIL T1Lite. I've also got, besides the FIIL T1Lite, I've got the FIIL T1XS and the FIIL T1 Pro. The nice thing about these particular earbuds, true wireless earphones, is that they have an app, although it's just in Chinese, unfortunately, but they have an app which is very comprehensive. The earphones themselves, very nice, very small, easy to fit, and for example, the T1Lites, I can actually with full confidence say that they are kind of hidden gems, because the sound these things put out, the quality, everything overall is absolutely tremendous for the value. I mean, for around $30, I really think you'll be very hard pressed to find something better. The T1XS improves upon that, and the T1 Pro also. I have the Earfun Pro, which is basically a full T1 Pro but without the app, and a slightly different retune. These are the famous ones, which then had a version done by Olav. These are not the Olav version ones, these are just the standard ones. I think this want to come out. If you can see, they are basically the same as the FIILs. They're very similar. The difference being that they have like this rubber band around them, which helps with the fit. In terms of sound, tremendous. Honestly, every single time I listen to these things, I am surprised. They are really something else. So I'll be reviewing these. Got the Moondrop Nekocake. These have a slightly different. They're more like kind of AirPods kind of thing. Look, I've had a really quick listen to them, and they have a sound which is very similar to the T1Lite. They kind of the same type of signature. I don't really have much to say against them right now, because I still haven't listened to them properly, but I will say this much. They made it a big deal that it had a 13mm driver, while the Earfun and the FIILs use a 6mm. And in all honesty, I can't see the difference. I really can't. So if you had told me that this had a 6mm driver, I would have believed you as well. I'm not saying that it's bad or good. I'm just saying that in terms of bass output, quantity and quality, it's the same as the Earfuns and the FIIL, and it's a 13mm driver, so I was kind of expecting a little bit more. But anyway, that's that. I'll be reviewing that as well for you guys. I'll just make some space here. Okay. Also received the new KZ EDS. And the reason why I didn't include it in a review I just did earlier, which was like kind of a mega comparison of all single DDs below roughly $15. It's very simple. Firstly, because they hadn't arrived. They only arrived after I've done the review. But there's really no point. This is basically, and I mean, I graphed it and I regraphed it and I graphed it again. This is an EDX Pro, period. It's got a different shell, and that's that. So this is nothing more, nothing less than an EDX Pro with a different shell. It graphs exactly the same. The sound is exactly the same. So you take your pick, EDX Pro, EDS, whatever you want. It's exactly the same earphone. All right. So that's that out of the way. Got myself another set of DQSM Audio Hermits. These things are tremendous IEMs. Honestly, I just don't understand why people don't go more for them, because they are really, I mean, if there is one fault, and it's just really one fault that I can point to them, it's the fact that they've got a fixed cable. Because if it wasn't for the fixed cable, So if you were able to actually change the cable, and mind you, it's a decent cable. If you were able to change the cable, which they could have done with they could have had an MMCX connector, yeah, easily. These things rock, honestly. They are every bit as good, well, for those of us that like it, obviously, but they are every bit as good as an SSP, which is substantially better than the SSR, in my opinion. I didn't like the SSR. And the Tanya, the Tanstream Tanya, which gets all the hype in terms of these smaller earphones, honestly has its work cut out with the Hermit. It really does. This thing is tremendous. Okay, let's go for these ones first. These ones here were a rec from a fellow DIYer and enthusiast, which are the HZsound SE 846. These have 5 BAs. I don't know which BAs exactly they are being used, but I can find out. That's not a problem. And you know, they were quite hyped by the person. He told me I should get them because there was something else and this and that, and he was right. I've graphed them. I'll show you the graph later. I mean, very nice. The first thing I got, you know, the first feeling was, is this a full BA set? Because it's got a bass like a DD, and it's really smooth, really smooth. There's a peak at 4.5K and then a peak higher up, I believe at 9 if I'm mistaken. But those are the only 2 peaks. There's a little bit of mid-bass bloat, little bit, nothing, but the overall sound is so nice. I mean, really nice. I'll be reviewing these as well for you guys. These things, honestly, really underrated. In my opinion, really underrated. I would take these over TRN X7 any day. The X7, I don't mind it, but I know it hasn't gotten much love from many people. I would take these over, for those of you, and I've had some people wanting a little bit more guts. They are not the quality of, for example, an ST1 from GSAudio in terms of the overall tonal balance and everything, but if you want a little bit of guts and oomph, these things for the same price are definitely it. And I mean, really very nice. Then I got a second set of GD3As, okay, which are over here. They've got a custom shell as opposed to the standard shell. Otherwise, everything else is basically the same. Still 1+2 affair. Everything is the same. How can I say this? They graphed slightly different to the original GD3As that I have. The original GD3A has a sub bass which then slowly goes down into the mid bass and so on and so forth, while this one has a slight boost on the mid bass, and also higher in the frequency range from 4 and above. This one graphs slightly lower than that one. Overall, the sound is very nice. I mean, there's nothing, I'm not detracting or saying that the sound isn't good. No, I'm not saying that. The sound is excellent, but it's slightly different in terms of overall graphing than this one. And well, the GD3A, most of you know that I love the set. I think the set is tremendous, so I'm not really gonna spend much time in talking about it. I will be perhaps just giving a mini review on this one, you know, comparing it to the original, just to see what the differences are. Then I got this, the Fearless Audio Provence. Okay, and why did I get the Provence? Well, easy really. I mean, I got the Provence because it's a Fearless Audio. I didn't have a Fearless Audio, and because it was a 1+2, and because I was curious to see how it stacked up against the GD3A. Okay, and you pick one up and you pick the other one up, and honestly, you will be very hard pressed to find differences. Very hard pressed. The shell is identical almost, the difference being here that the Fearless has a brass nozzle, this one doesn't. The positioning of the IEMs and the actual IEMs and IEMs of the BAs inside is the same. They look to be the same. The DD, the way it's positioned and everything also seems to be very similar. The difference being that this one seems to be inverted and this one seems to be facing the right way. Let me just see if I can just zoom this in so you guys can see. So this one on the GD3A, the DD seems, let me just zoom it in a little bit more so. Okay, so on the GD3A, the DD seems to be facing the right way. Okay, so whatever is covering the front of the driver, you don't see it. On the Provence, it seems to be the other way around. It seems to be inverted, so the front of the driver is what faces you and it's got this cover. Basically that's it. I mean, I can't really see inside of the shell of the new one, but the sensation I get is that it is also facing up. So compared to the original GD3A, the drivers in the new, the DD driver in the newer GD3A has been inverted in its positioning. How does, let me just get this back here, how does the Provence graph? Well, it graphs exactly the same as the GD3A. I wonder, I really do. The graph is almost identical, really, almost identical. I don't know, I'm not gonna say anything, but that's it. So I'll be reviewing that as well. Then I have those of you that follow me know I've been a very big fan of Qudelix for a while. I had the older model, the 9218, and now this is the latest 9219. So we'll be reviewing that for you guys. TinHifi P1Plus as well, a planar, another planar. And finally but not least, I don't want to make this video too long, topping Dx3 Pro Plus, the latest one. This will now be my desktop from now on. I was using mainly just my HiFi hip deck and my X-Duo 005 basic with op-amp swap, but I'll now be using the topping. And that's it, guys. That's all the stuff that I have to review for you, and let's get on with it. All right, take care. Bye bye.